you can choose to keep your eyes closed for some time and listen, or if you want to open your eyes, you can do so. Today happens to be the Dasara, the Vijayadashami day. Traditionally, they begin something new. Yesterday I had shared some messages with you, and I had given a link not only for our class today, but also a link with a meditation. I don't know how many of you could get a chance to listen to that, because so many factors are there. It may be downloaded, may not be, and all that. But find some time to listen to that meditation. Then we shall clearly appreciate. If you have to start anything new, fresh, you really cannot begin it. That which begins was not there. If it could be absent, it shall be absent again. And if in your presence a beginning is made, if in your presence a beginning is made, or beginning begins, you are there much before anything begins. To begin something outside, physically, the suggestion should come from inside, from the level of thought. To begin something outside of your body, the suggestion must come from inside, at the level of your thought. And for your thoughts to begin, and for you to see the beginning of your thought, you must be already there. To be conscious, to be aware. What you want to begin can begin from a person who begins it. What you want to begin, that beginning has to be made from somebody who is already there. Your individuality, I thought. And that thought waits for a thought that he shall begin outside. And you have to be conscious of the whole process. A thought that begins in consciousness. A thinker who exists in consciousness. Both the thoughts can disappear. The thinker is not needed for the consciousness to exist. You, the self, the awareness, can never begin, beginningless, always there. To begin something, friends, please. If you want to play the game, play it. To begin something, you have to wait for the beginning. The class begins. You are waiting for the classes to begin. Meaning, you are waiting for your listening to begin. You are waiting for your listening to begin for the class. For me, for the speaker, waiting to speak. You are waiting to listen. Both are waiting. The waiting has already started. But when you are not waiting for anything, are you there or not? The waiting can end. Waiting begins. You are waiting to listen. When I speak, your waiting to listen comes to an end. When I speak, waiting to speaking comes to an end. For me to speak, I'm waiting for a thought. With a thought coming, the waiting for thought comes to an end. That I was waiting to think, to speak, or for you to listen, all comes to an end. But you, in which the so-called waiting as though had a beginning, you are beginningless. Understand, friends, everything shall come to an end. You shall never end, because you don't begin. everything shall either begin or shall end. What doesn't begin, doesn't end, is you, yourself. Chetana, awareness. Beginning is an activity, physical, mental, gross, subtle. Ending is again another activity. An action begins, action ends. Thunder begins. And the thunder ends. Unusual thunder lasting such a long time. The absence of thunder begins. This thunder is in a potential state in the atmosphere. That also will end. Like rumblings of a thunder begins and ends in the womb of silence. Rumblings of thoughts begin and end in consciousness, in yourself. Thus, friends, being the beginningless, how beautiful our Gita Upanishads reveal it. Nitya Sarvagata Sthanu. Achaloyam Sanatana. When I say the word Nitya, Sarvagata, if you are a person who is very informed, by the time I start Nitya Sarvagata, your head has already Achaloyam Sanatana. So fast. The memory is flash, but what it means is never understood. Knowing the words does not mean to be aware of its meaning. The meaning of the word is not yet another word. That is scholarship. The meaning of the meaning of the word is not another word or a name. Each name ends up in the nameless. 1,000 names mean same thing. Please stop struggling to remember the names. Be the nameless. You have to struggle to remember a name. Nameless is so natural, so effortless. Please miss something which name you don't know. Miss something that is not named for you. How do you miss somebody? How do you miss something without a thought? You struggle to remember the verses of meditation. You struggle to remember the descriptions of the wisdom. You struggle to remember the words of Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras. Where are you struggling? Not physically, but the thought level, the I, the learner, the speaker, the thinker, the informed, the scholar, the food, are struggling either to remember or to forget. Listen carefully, friends. Remembering is an activity. Forgetting is an activity. Being yourself is not an activity. Average man, look at yourself. Either you are struggling, you are continuously struggling, either to forget something, or you are struggling to remember something. Please feel it. Everybody's life is a continuous struggle. Either to remember and impress somebody, or when the remembrance happens, it may torture you. Or you are trying to forget something. Forget somebody. Forget a thought. Trying to forget. Trying to remember. This subtle thought activity happens in your being, awareness that you are. Awareness is not an activity. Like the space is not an activity. Cyclonic activity. Clouds coming, going, activity. Clouds are being formed or dissipating, an activity. Space is not an activity. Creating sound is an activity. Not producing sound is an activity. Silence, natural. Thinking is an activity. Struggling not to think is another activity. Being conscious. Being the consciousness is not an activity. We shall see, friends, now. See that clearly, and we'll see how these painful, miserable struggle and strife and the seeking of the individual, that I want to be conscious, I want to be always conscious, is not an activity. You are a pathetic, think, friends, it's a very pathetic, sad, engagement. Being conscious, there is no choice. You can neither try to be, I want to be unconscious. Please be unconscious now. Please be unconscious. Don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me. Please don't be conscious of your thought. Please don't be conscious. You are struggling, no? I want to be conscious. I'm telling you. When you say you want to be conscious, that means what? You are telling that you are unconscious. So I'm telling you, please be unconscious. That's a habitual statement. Always there. You cannot miss it. Now please open your eyes, friends. We shall see some of these points. It's absolutely simple. Play a game. Today we shall start a new game. Please start the game. Just observe. Quietly participate. When you go back home, you do it for yourself. Again and again I say, you do it for yourself. You see it for yourself. As when nobody can eat for you, somebody eat with you, not for you. Can walk with you, cannot walk for you. Somebody can help to think with you, but cannot think for you. We are together. You are conscious, I am conscious. But you can't be conscious for me, neither I can be conscious for you. It's so simple. And see how simple it is. Usually, if you ever come across a person who is miserable, think friends, if you ever come across somebody who is miserable, you don't have to come across somebody, you are the somebody, don't worry. But everybody advises others how not to be miserable, himself thoroughly miserable. Please be a little realistic and see how it is. Whenever somebody comes to your friend, comes to you and says, see, he have a very bad time now. Why? I am missing my child. Listen carefully. Make a list. What all things you can miss? And what all things you tell to people? Start with, let us say, there are 5 elements. Space, have fun. Just relax and listen and see. 5 elements we have. Akasa, all pervasive. Vayu, air, fire, water, earth. Have you ever missed the space? Can you miss the space? Can't. You can't. Can you miss the air? You can miss. You have been breathing clean air in your area. Somewhere you go there, it's absolutely polluted. Right. Space also you can say, my area space is very nice, not congested. There also I can see that. Space also you can miss. Congested space, open space. Polluted air, nice air. Fire, too hot, Madras, hot or hottest. Then go to a cool place, hot place is very good. You can miss the heat and the cold. Listen. You can miss water, clean Kaveri, Ganga, Pani, water, and then polluted waters everywhere, let us say. You can miss. The ground, you can also miss type of things. It is too sandy, desert, this and that. Listen, you can miss it also. That can be missed. 5 elements can be missed. Listen carefully. We are making the list of things you can miss. 5 elements can be missed. Now, the 5 elements have got 5 qualities. Space, air, fire, water, earth. Sabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Sounds can be missed. Sounds can be missed. Everybody speaking only English, no Tamil, no Telugu, sounds can be missed. How many sounds? There are millions of sounds. Millions of sounds you can mix. Music, baby's voice. I don't want to name it, you know that. You sit down and think for yourself. How many sounds you can miss? Music, sounds of music. Next. Touches. How many different touches? Soft, hard, warm, cold, different. Hugging somebody, being with somebody. You can miss. Sparsha, rupa. The forms also, different types of colors and forms. You can miss. Gandha, different types of smells you can miss. Different type of taste you can miss. Millions and millions of kind. Listen carefully. And this sound which is heard by your ears, you can miss your ear. As a child I had a fantastic ear. Now I can't, I hear half of it. Just see that, friends. Your sensation of touch sensation has gone. Because you have got some skin infection, that sensation of touch has gone. You can miss that touch sensation. Taste also you can miss. COVID, taste and smell gone. That also you can miss. See that millions of things you can miss. Listen carefully. So the 5 sense organs you can miss because healthy ear has gone, healthy skin has gone, your capacity to see is finished, capacity to hear, touch, taste, smell, gone, finished. You can miss them. When they are healthy, you are listening to a sound, touching something nice, tasting something nice, smelling something nice, thoughts were coming up. Many, many memories are there from childhood until now. Many memories you have got. And because of the memories, you miss the objects. The thought of the father's voice is there, father is not there. The thought of the music is there, the music is gone. The thought of a touch is there, but the touch is not available. The thought of a person or a man or a woman, father, mother, yes, somebody is there, but they are not there. The thought of tastes are there, but the objects are gone, no more available. The thoughts of the fragrance, you are aware of it, but that particular fragrance is no more available, that flowers are no more blooming, it is gone, completely extinct. That also is gone. So you can miss the elements, the sounds and touches and tastes and all these things, and therefore the sensations you can miss, million kinds. Millions of memories you can miss. Listen carefully, friends. You are missing. So when you make a list of things, what all things you can miss, you have not started even your list. You are already suffering, and it shall be never-ending suffering for life. Listen carefully. But how do you miss? When the thoughts are coming, missing is not an object activity. Missing is an activity of an individual. I am missing. Just go to the source of it. I am missing. That tortures you more than what you miss. Are you getting that point, please? I am missing. That tortures you more than the thoughts that remind you of the objects. I am missing. Okay, how do you miss? To miss an object of your thought, you have to have a thought of the object. To miss any object of your thought, be it a sound, touch, taste, smell, information, sensation, to miss any object of your thought, the thought of the object must be there. The thought is there, the thought of the object is there, the object of thought is not there, we have named it missing. And who is that missing? Not the thought is missing, nor the object is missing. I am missing. I thought. How does the I, this thought, miss the object of the thought? It must be conscious of the thought that reminds him the object of the thought. For me, understand, for me to miss the object of my thought, I must be conscious of the thought of the object. That is why you can miss only your thoughts, the thoughts that are collected by you, not by the humanity. But you are a universe in yourself, a personal world, personal universe. To miss the object of my thought, I have to be conscious of the thought of the object. For me to be conscious of a thought, the thought is needed. But for me to be conscious, a thought is not needed. Are you getting that point, please? For me to be conscious of a thought is needed. But for me to be conscious, a thought is not needed. Nor it is needed to feel that I am conscious. For you to be conscious, you don't have to even have that thought, I thought, or I am conscious. Just even, if you don't say, I listen, still your ears will listen. I don't have to say, I speak, the speaking I can continue. I don't have to say, I am conscious, nor I need to say, think, I am conscious, for the consciousness to be. Thus you can see there is one thing in this universe which nobody can ever miss is yourself, the consciousness, unmissable. Other things are missable. A thought can be missed, I thought can be missed. And how many thoughts? Billions of thoughts. Billions of memories. Please see that, friends. Why people are so desperate? Why are you so miserable? You are missing one of the infinite things. Thoughts, objects, perception, sensation. They go on replacing one after another. You can never miss yourself. Unmissable. There is a time when the thought is there or not there. I thought is there or not there. Perception is there or not there. Sensation is there or not there. object is there or not there, sound or taste or a touch or a smell or something there or not there. You may or may not remember the space. You may or may not remember your elements. But one thing which you can never be away from, yourself, the consciousness. Close your eyes for a second, please. Ask yourself, can you ever miss yourself? Can you ever away from yourself? You can be away from thoughts of many million kinds. You can be away from the objects of million kinds. You can be away from the sensation of million kinds. But you can never ever be away from being conscious. Consciousness. This rain will not last. The cyclone will not last. The good weather will not last. The weather will not last. Come down. Your body. The childhood weather, the youthful weather, the adult weather, the old age weather will not last. That is why Shankara so beautifully says, Balastavat krida sakta. The child is lost in the games of childish games. That will not last. But they are lost in that. Tarunastavat taruni rakta. The child did not choose many games and plays, but when they are very young, you can choose to see, to hear, to touch, to taste, to smell. So totally lost in this sense subject sensation. Tarunastavat taruni rakta. That will not last. Bruddhastava chintamagna. When you are an adult, you are worried about what you should have done, could have done, missed chances. The thoughts can never ever last. Whereas one thing which is everlasting is their self. In and through the childhood, youth and old age, you are the same, which is everlasting. Parame Brahmani kopi na lagna. That which is everlasting, everybody so grandiosely, royally ignore it. And everything that can never ever last, everybody is miserable looking for it. How beautiful. It's not 7 billion, 8 billion, it can be 80 billion people, 100 billion people. The world shall be more miserable. There was a time in history where there are fewer number of people were there, fewer number of problems also were there. More people were starving because they didn't know what to do. Today there are more number of people are rich, more number of people are educated, more number of people are informed. The world was not the worst place than this. Everyday fight. We have been so inhuman and gross. We are watching the warfare unfolding in front of you like a movie. What are you thinking you are watching in this Ukraine-Russia war. How do you watch 100,000, 200,000 strong army marching and the weapons of destruction that the human minds have organized, paraded power with which we can destroy the world in a minute? Have you seen one parade where everybody feels very comfortable, happy? Think, friends. Missing? What are you missing? I miss my friend. Why? Are you missing your friend? Your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, your child, your childhood, your anything? Why? Listen carefully. I miss my father because I was not struggling, I was getting my money. So when the father gives you money, the father is never missed. Don't worry. I miss my mother because you are doing like this. Why are you missing anybody? I miss my childhood. Do you know why? Unconscious living. In childhood, it was an unconscious living. Now, being little conscious, you have become more problematic. As a child, you did not know that you are missing your mother, you are missing, just crying. But why you crying, don't know, next flower you forget the mother. Unconscious living. We are addicted to unconscious living. So the moment somebody wants to make you conscious and conscious of living, you protest. Conscious living does not mean being conscious of the objects. Conscious living means being the consciousness and consciously living with the presence or absence of thoughts, presence or absence of objects, presence or absence of anything in this universe. Understand, friends? Can you miss the self? Nor can you be with the objects of anything for all times to come. Which are missable, you want to hold on to it, which is, and there is only one thing that is unmissable, is yourself. Rest, infinity, missable. Work on it, friends. Even gods are missable, gurus are missable, words are missable, everything is missable. Oh, I miss my guru. Really? What guru? You have never learnt anything from him. I miss my guru. What do you miss? The way he was teaching, the way he was joking, the way he was talking. What he revealed, you never saw. What he revealed, you never saw. The way he was singing, the way he was running around. What was he revealing? I miss my mommy, I miss my wife, I miss my husband, I miss my friend. Why? In his presence, her presence, I was so happy. So why don't you remember that happiness which you enjoyed in his or her presence? No, I am remembering the sensation, remembering the money, that gift he gave me, the importance I enjoyed because of his presence. You shall suffer, miserable. Understand, friends? I miss the book. Why are you missing the book? When I read those informations, what will happen? I forget other informations. So what are you missing? With the help of set of one information, I am forgetting other set of information. So I feel I am great. No. While reading the books, listening to the classes, if you are being with yourself, then the teaching will end. the teacher will come to an end. As a person, as a thing, they will end. Like father will end, mother will, every role will come to an end. And if you are stuck on a role, you too shall suffer, because when that ends, you are getting affected. I enjoyed my role of being the son of somebody, father of somebody, disciple of somebody. Now I don't know whom to say, whose disciple I can say, because I am looking for another Olympic gold medalist guru. I enjoyed being the disciple of the guru. Now that the guru is not there, I have to go on telling that person was a great in 17th century or 18th century. Or the person who was, all that nonsense, name and fame. I am his disciple. Oh, I see. So this is what your guru gave you, to be his disciple. Missable. Whoever touches the image that with which you feel important, you shall feel destroyed. Those are friends, are in the realm of missables. M-I-S-S-A-B-L-E, capital letters. They are all missables. Beginning from the vast space, air, fire, water, earth, to your physical body made of the elements. Then the sensation of sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. Then the thoughts of every kind. I thought. Everything is missable. Consciousness, yourself, unmissable. That is why that words, with that I shall. Oh my God, 12, finished. Okay. When I come back, I shall deal that. It's an amazing topic. I thought we had the class 10 to 11 or 11 to 12. My stupid watch is showing 12, 15 because I said 11. Okay. Anyway, with this, just this much you think of it. I'll just a hint of it and go away now that I know it is time. But don't worry, it will be like this. Remember the Shastras. Those of you who have studied Shastra, those who have never studied Shastra also can appreciate this. A principle. And this is scripture. You can write down in Sanskrit, this will be scripture. But those of us have lucky to study this scripture. Asabdam is not a sound to be heard. If it is a sound, I could not hear. Hey, but it's not a sound. So no hearing is not a difficulty. Asparsham is not a touch. Cannot be touched. So what? Why miss touching? You can say you miss hearing somebody, touching somebody, seeing somebody, tasting somebody, smelling somebody, embracing somebody, pushing somebody. You can't say, I miss pushing nothing. I miss pushing, not hearing, listening to any sound. What are you talking? You can that also, because sound is a condition, absence of sound also is a condition. You can miss both. Touching is a condition, not touching is another condition. You can miss both. Tasting is a condition, not tasting is a condition. Seeing is a condition, not seeing is a condition. Smelling is a condition, not smelling is a condition. Thinking is a condition, not thinking is a condition. Thought is a condition, no thought is another condition. Emotion is a condition, no emotion another condition. Can't say consciousness and condition, unconsciousness another. Your brain is super brain. Two conditions. Agitation is a condition, no agitation is another condition. Meditation is not a condition. Being the consciousness is not a condition. Unmissable. Whatever is missable, don't try to miss it. It will not be there. Not to miss it. It will go. whether you like it or not. It was not, it will not be. What is unmissable is you. That is why the teacher, what does it do? Introduces you to yourself. Other than the Brahma Vidya Guru, one who is really aware of it, who introduces you to yourself, rest of the so-called gurus and other things, they introduces you to a good sound, good touch, good taste, good smell, good house, good food, good sensation, to the source of power. He introduced me to the laddu, that person introduces me to drugs, this man introduces me to power, that man introduces me to different types of practices, hold my nose, stand on my toe, and all that. Wise man introduces you to yourself. Finish. Finish. Unmissable, ever existing, nothing new. Close your eyes, friends. A subject which is eternally fresh at all times, all places, in all conditions. Just be that. Thank you, friends. I'm going out today. I'll come back in 2 days' time. Sunday we'll have the class continuing this particular thought, because too many thoughts are there. It's out of the world. Okay, but you please think it over and see for yourself. Can't afford to be miserable even for a second. In Odia they say, hey, do you see that flower? Akhi thai andha. The fellow is having a pair of eyes but pretending to be blind. You know, akhi thai andha. Having a pair of eyes but still the fellow is blind. Chetana thai achetana. Being the consciousness, the person pretends to be unconscious. Not pretend, seriously unconscious. Seriously. And the blind is blind, you are kind. And the person doesn't know that he can see everything and is not looking at it. What can you tell him? It's amazing dimension, friends. You go to the teacher to be introduced to yourself, not to a lifestyle, not to be, gaining this, losing this, doing that. No. Be yourself. Okay? Thank you.